Varus, give me back my legions. These are the words of Emperor Augustus, pacing his palace in a fury after one of the most crushing defeats in Roman history. What happened? Betrayal. It's a blade that cuts deeper than any sword, and in the dark, rain-soaked woods of ancient Germany, it turned Rome's greatest strength into its deadliest weakness. The year is 09 AD. We're deep in the heart of the Teutoburg Forest, a treacherous tangle of ancient trees, swamps, and thick fog. Here, paths vanish and whispers become traps. Publius Quinctilius Varus, Rome's trusted governor, is leading 3 of its finest legions that, as nearly 20,000 elite soldiers, deep into what they call barbarian lands. His mission was simple: crush any hint of rebellion, collect taxes, and cement Roman rule forever. Varus was blinded by arrogance. To him, the Germanic tribes were savages, easily controlled and bribed. But among them was a man named Arminius. He was a chieftain of the Carusi tribe, but he'd been raised in Rome. He knew their military tactics, their formations, their discipline, and he knew their fatal flaw: overconfidence. Arminius, pretending to be a loyal ally, fed Varus false information. The rebels are scattered, he'd say. March your legions quickly, and you'll catch them off guard. Varus believed him completely. So the Roman column, a snake of steel stretching 10 miles long, marched deeper into the forest. Legionaries in their shining armor, the legionary eagles held high, followed by wagons loaded with supplies and even their families. The trap was set. As the rain began to pour, turning the narrow pass into a muddy prison, Arminius and his men simply vanished, claiming they were scouting ahead. Then, the ambush began. On the first day, warriors erupted from the trees. A storm of spears flew from the mist as the forest filled with war cries. The Romans, masters of open field battle, quickly formed their famous testudo, the tortoise formation with shields locked tight. But it was useless here. The dense trees blocked any maneuver. The swamps swallowed them whole, and arrows rained down on the trapped column. Blood soaked the forest floor. Varus, in a panic, ordered a retreat, but there was nowhere to go. Night fell, and the screams of the wounded being dragged away echoed through the darkness. Day 2 was even worse. Arminius, with his perfect knowledge of the terrain, struck the column from all sides. The legionaries fought blind, their swords getting stuck in the thick mud. They were exhausted, confused, and being picked off one by one. Their families were slaughtered. The sacred eagles, the pride of the legions, were captured. By the 3rd day, it was over. Varus, seeing the absolute hopelessness of his situation, fell on his own sword, a final grim act of a Roman commander. The few survivors were cornered and massacred. 20,000 Roman soldiers gone. 3 entire legions, the 17th, 18th, and 19th, were completely wiped from existence, their numbers never to be used again. Arminius sent Varus' severed head back to Rome as a brutal trophy. When Augustus received it, he was said to have gone mad with grief, repeatedly banging his head against the wall and shouting, "Give me back my legions!" The impact was immense. Rome's expansion into Germany halted for decades. The Rhine River became the empire's fortified, permanent border. And what of Arminius? A hero to his people, a traitor to Rome, but his story also ends in betrayal. He was murdered years later by his own kinsmen, who feared his growing power. The lesson whispered by the trees of the Teutoburg Forest is a harsh one. Empires doesn't just fall to swords, but to the blind spots created by their own pride. Trust is a powerful weapon, but it's deadliest when it's turned against you. Thanks for watching. If you found this story fascinating, be sure to like this video and subscribe for more dives into history's most pivotal moments.